Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. This is the card we're making today. It uses Special Reason and the Coordinating Stylish Stems framelits. Love this set. You will see why this set is so wonderful. We're going to start by cutting out this stem and also this leaf from the center of some Emerald Envy cardstock. I am going to use the outside as well. I'll cover this with a clear plate, run it through, and run it through a second time. We are going to use this stem and this leaf, but I think you can see that you could easily use the negative of this. We're going to cut out this detailed piece. This is Peekaboo Peach. Again, running it through a couple of times. You could certainly use this piece in the negative form. I think that looks just lovely. I've seen some samples with designer series paper behind this. Gorgeous. I'm using the Falling Petals folder with a piece of Peekaboo Peach. And this folder has kind of an ombre effect with the flowers. They could be butterflies or flowers or hearts. It's called the Falling Petals folder. So you can kind of decide where on here you want to put it. And I don't need the thin die adapter. So I'll take that off. One plate and then the other, then the folder and the top plate. This is a 6-inch folder, so you want to be sure that it's tucked in so it doesn't rub against the edge of your Big Shot. I've had some things get damaged because they get shoved underneath there if they're not straight. And that makes really a beautiful background. Bringing my thin die adapter back in. I absolutely meant to cut out the frame from the same piece, so I brought in a scrap. If you're careful, there's plenty of room on there. I'm using both framelits lined up. It's pretty easy to get these even. Cover that up, run it through. And so you can see that you could cut out a larger frame, you could cut out the smaller frame, or just, this is the piece we're going to use today. I'll be using the Big Shot again, but I have some stamping to do in the meantime. I have some Emerald Envy ink, and I'm going to stamp the leaf on some Whisper White. This can really be scraps. I'm going to stamp this piece. This piece is actually the center of the frame, so this is really supposed to be scrap. But I thought I would use this to stamp. And I'm going to stamp off twice. I really want a light color. On the inside of the card, I thought I would stamp the large flower, and I'm using Peekaboo Peach. I would also like to stamp Peekaboo Peach on this piece. And I want to try something a little different. I'm going to stamp off. So this one's a 2nd generation stamp with the Peekaboo Peach. And then I'm using Archival Black ink for my greeting, and I want to put my greeting in the center of this. And I think I want to stamp the leaf on the inside here. Where do I want that? Maybe there. I did not completely ink that stamp. So let me show you how I'm going to fix that. I'm bringing in my Stamp-A-Majig. I'm putting the imaging sheet right in the corner, and I'm left-handed. This is the direction it works for me, but it really works any direction you want. I'm going to put that image exactly where I want it. Put that Stamp-A-Majig back there. Ink it and make sure I get it fully inked this time. Right, straight down and straight up. And I have fixed my boo-boo. And I'm bringing my Big Shot in again. I've got that negative image for the flower, but this also has an outline, and so you can cut this out. You just line this up, top it with a clear plate. And that gives you the full cutout flower. Isn't that wonderful? I'm going to use that same outline on this stamped image. This is the stamping off. On my original, I used just plain white, and so I'm just kind of experimenting with this one here. I might decide to go back to the clean white. And one more time through the Big Shot. This one is just the smaller of the labels. And there's an outline leaf for this one too. And run that through. And I think I'm ready to assemble my card. Somehow I ended up with green, but I think I'm going to cover up most of that here. If I hadn't stamped to the inside, I might turn that somewhere else. All covered. Nobody will ever know, except you. You won't tell anyone, will you? And my embossed layer. My little frame with some green glue all the way down to the bottom corner. Now's when I'm going to decide whether I'm going to use this one or not. The thing about combining these is all of the lines of the stamp are the same lines in the Thinlit, but I think I like it. Then we'll compare both of them. This is some really skinny. These are some really fine layers, so I think so. I'm going to use this trick. I've seen a couple of people use it, and just picking up some of the green glue with a sponge, and that covers up most of the back of it. And of course, since we cut them out with the same piece, they fit beautifully. And I'll use that same sponge method for the stem. Adhere the flower. Let's see, which way does it go? It goes that way. Some glue on the back of this leaf. Then I'm using dimensionals on the back of the label. So that pops that up a little bit. A second flower. My second leaf. And my card is done. A couple of things I did differently. This one I tried basic gray. I like the darker basic black on this one. I did stamp this one, and I think I like both of them. I don't know which one I like better. Which one do you like better? I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you would like the directions for this card, come on over to Bev Adams. I'll also have the link to all the products. And don't pass by this Special Reason and Stylish Stems bundle. It's great, so flexible, lots of different things you can do with it. Talk to you soon. Bye.